Hi everyone, my name is Barbara Gail, and I'm here to tell you about a really special event. It's upcoming on November 11th, and a lot of people have various explanations of the meaning surrounding 11/11. But on this particular day, there is a way for all of us to connect through our drums, to connect to one another around the world, to connect to Layne Redmond, and to connect to the ancient ones, the women who drummed and danced and sang in the temples and in the streets, in ritual and reverie, in ceremony and celebration. Long, long ago, holding spiritual leadership positions in their communities, and who were once forced to lay down their drums and step aside as other powers came to rise. So many of you know already that on November 11th, Layne Redmond will be inducted into the Percussive Arts Society's Hall of Fame. Now this is really huge. The Percussive Arts Society has been around for a really long time, and it's an international organization that has an annual international convention, the largest of its kind for the percussive arts. Of course, did not meet in 2020 and will meet this month, coming up shortly. And it's like in their 60th or 65th year, I forget, sorry, but each year they induct some special people into their Hall of Fame in a ceremony. And this year there are 4 people being inducted into their Hall of Fame. 2 of them are women. Valerie Naranjo, who is a wonderful percussionist and teacher. I've taken workshops with her. And Layne Redmond. And I think this is really huge because Layne is the one who wrote the book, When the Drummers Were Women, A Spiritual History of Rhythm, who brought to light that these women of ancient times throughout the Mediterranean world, which was a huge area of a map if you take a look, thousands of years ago were in these positions of spiritual leadership with their drums. There are thousands and thousands of representations of them in ancient artifacts that have been unearthed, excavated, and are scattered in museums around the world. And some of them remain because they are part of the temple walls. They're carved into the walls, into the stone. And these are named goddesses, priestesses of the goddess, of the various goddesses who held frame drums, and everyday women, literally depicted holding frame drums, okay? And it's a powerful image and has inspired thousands of us around the world to pick up our drums and to drum. And I would like for all of us to pick up our drums and to drum on or around the 11th. And I got this idea because I am going to this international convention. It's called PASIC, the Percussive Arts Society's International Convention. I'm going, and in fact, I've been asked to lead a workshop in the Layne Redmond Tradition on the tambourine. Huge honor, and not one that I take lightly. And I've also been asked to lead a women's tambourine procession after the induction ceremony, actually after the concert that follows the induction ceremony. Friends said, well, I will be drumming with you in spirit and drum and create a little ceremony for Layne and to connect with us at PASIC and also to connect with the ancient ones. And honestly, that's just such a beautiful image that I thought, wow, what an idea. I think that this is something that we can all do from wherever we are, at home or by the sea or in the woods or in the garden. wherever you might like to be, to pick up your drum, whether it's a frame drum or the kind of frame drum that's played like this one is, with a mallet, or if you prefer the tambourine, my preferred frame drum instrument. Some of you might even have a rick, this one from Egypt, a little more traditional. So whatever you might have, I suggest that you take a minute or more out of your day, pick up your drum, and create a little ritual or ceremony if that's you, or you can just drum. But I like the idea of infusing it with ceremony, as Layne taught us to do. Ritual drumming was her thing, as it is mine as well. In fact, I held an online Zoom gathering for women who follow me on Facebook and YouTube. We did a little tambourine ceremony after we were just together and enjoying one another. And that was one suggestion of how you could create ceremony. And then I felt bad because there were a lot of women who tried to get into that but didn't have the link in time to enter the Zoom call. And so I thought, well, whoops, sorry about a plane coming by. So I thought that, well, this would be a nice way to share with you some ideas that I have on how you might be able to create a ceremony or ritual if you've not done that before and you are looking for some inspiration and ideas. You could simply light a candle and pick up your drum and play. You can close your eyes or leave them open. Certainly being in nature is a wonderful way to do it too, and connect to the elements when you're in the natural world. Connect to the sustaining and loving earth, the earth who loves us so much that she never, ever lets us go. Water, the purifying, cleansing, cool, clear water, refreshing. Air, the breeze that blows, the butterflies that flit from flower to flower. The breath in our bodies. And breathe, just take some deep breaths. And fire, our inspiration, our spark, the sun. And like I said, lighting a candle. So you could simply take a minute and connect with the earth elements. And Layne taught us the strokes of the drum as they related to the elements of our world. Earth being Ka, and this is the same for frame drum or tambourine. I just happened to pick up the tambourine. This is the Layne Redmond Lotus tambourine. Ka for earth. Doom, whether you play on a tambourine this way or this way on a frame drum or this way on a frame drum. Doom is the element of water. That's Doom. Fire is Tak. And air on frame drum could be the brush. And on tambourine, whoops, I have a ring on. Don't play your tambourine and play cha with a ring on. Not good for the integrity of the head of the drum where it meets the rim. And you could certainly bruise that knuckle down there. So cha for air. And tick being ether. Omnipresent ether. It is here, there, and everywhere, and nowhere at once. So you can connect to the elements and connect with those of us, the 7 of us who will be at PASIC in procession. Later that evening, we will be wearing purple and black and gold, regal colors honoring our queen. And so you can connect with us, certainly connect with Layne, whatever she is to you. You can have her book handy if you have her book. You can put out a few frame drums if they inspire you, not that you have to play them all, but then they will be there. You can have any objects that for you are inspiring or sacred or symbolic of earth, air, fire, or water. And you could, I know I had a lot of ideas, but you can come up with your own ideas too. And certainly connect with the ancient ones. These women are also being spotlighted on that day. It's the same day I teach the workshop. It's the same night that she's being inducted into the Hall of Fame that we will be doing the procession. So this is really like 11/11, Layne Redmond Day. But really, in a profession that is notably dominated by men, and most likely an organization, the Percussive Art Society, it's most likely also male-dominated. To not only highlight two women, Layne Redmond and Valerie Naranjo, but also to be paying homage to the ancient ones. This is the woman who unearthed this information, hidden in plain sight for thousands of years, because these artifacts are in the museums. She's the one who looked at them and made the connection. I think these are women with frame drums, not women with cakes. Who holds a cake like this anyway? I mean, come on. It's on the floor. So there's the joke for you, woman with cake. That was actually an archaeological definition of one of the artifacts, woman with cake. And so now we have this joke, woman with cake. It was Layne, when she was working with Glenn Velez, who was documenting this, that it was like, I think these are women. And it became her tireless passion to travel the world and to also research and dig and dig and dig to make these connections and to bring them to light, for which we are all so grateful, because that body of work, even though as an artist, her music, her travels that she took people on, and her videos, so much that she created, it's really that body of work that she was most interviewed for, and the book has been translated into multiple languages. I suggest that you connect with these ancient ones, because they too are being honored in the Percussive Art Society, whether they know it or not. When the drummers were women is something that is, hello, can you hear the bird? I think that's a cardinal. That is being highlighted. So, you can bring out your bee paraphernalia. I'm wearing my bees right now, and your moons. I think of these drums as moons. That's why I named my women's tambourine troupe in Maine and in Florida, all of its incarnations. I named it Moonrise, Daughters of an Ancient Pulse, because I believe in some way, shape, or form the rise of this instrument among so many of us in our lives right now is in tandem with the rise of the feminine in general, and the feminine divine feminine in particular. And I believe that this drum helps to rise that energy, its vibration, its rhythm. So you can connect to feminine principles, connect to the feminine parts of yourself, the intuitive, the part of you that knows how to weave the web and when to weave the web, and the part that knows when it's time to just sit back and wait for those tides to come in. What Gabrielle Roth called the wait for it part, as opposed to the more fiery Mars, Aries, go get it, start it part. So you can tune into that aspect of yourself, especially if at this time, right now, as we approach the new moon in Scorpio, that really deep, dark, watery time, when you set your new moon wishes and intentions, which you can do anytime after the new moon, which happens around 5:15 p.m. on November 4th, which is a Thursday here. So wherever you are in the world, some say make your new moon wishes and intentions right the minute after that, as the moon begins to grow again, because the new moon is that fast. And then it's growing again. It's waxing. Others say to wait until the moon is visible in the sky. Some people like to plant seeds in the dark. Others like to wait until there's that little fingernail, that little Cheshire cat smile in the heavens. You can connect to that deeper part of yourself if you are seeking answers, because answers truly just come from within. Okay, sorry. Yeah, my students tell me, Barbara Gail, I learned so much more than just drumming from you. So I can go off onto tangents and side stories, but to me they are all threads that weave this wonderful cloth. So whether you play your drum in a simple ritual or a profound, elaborate ceremony, also put a smile on your face and connect in a celebratory way. Remember, these are instruments of ceremony and celebration. Connect in your heart and in your mind, in your spirit, and in your soul to all of us. And go to the Facebook event page for this event. I'll be posting it in the women's frame drumming community pages as soon as I create it sometime this week. I have to, because I'm leaving soon and I have much to prepare between now and then. You don't have to say anything, you don't have to post anything or say anything. Just simply click on going, and then we know you will be drumming with us on or around the 11th, whenever it feels right to you, when you can take some space for yourself, a minute or half an hour, whatever it is. Drum in ceremony and celebration. Connect to all of us around the world who are drumming. Feel that connection, those threads that keep binding us together. Connect with Layne. Connect with the ancient ones. Connect with the earth, with the goddess, whatever you like, with God, source, spirit, energy, whatever it is for you. And connect with the drum within yourself, your own beating heart. Because without it, you wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for mine. We are truly rhythmic beings, gestating to the pulse of your mother's blood, rocking and rolling, all of our sense perceptions developing. No matter what your relationship with your mother, all your sense perceptions developed in there, and then you were born, as Layne said, into this rhythmic world with the cycles of the sun, moon, and stars. And I've heard Randy Crafton, another wonderful teacher of mine on the frame drum, say that everything in the universe can be described through rhythm. And it's true, actually. If you read any of Fritjof Capra, I've actually written some articles about this, and I've yet to post them, but I plan to do that. I keep reworking them and then not getting around to posting them. Everything in the universe can be described through rhythm. Everything is rhythm. Everything is vibration. Everything. Matter is simply energy, and energy never goes away. It just changes form. The vibration carries into something else. And in quantum physics, okay, now I'm going off. In quantum physics, they have discovered that, they can go deeper and deeper and deeper, not just through the molecule and the atom, But now when they go into the, I don't know, I'm not a physicist, but I've listened to, who is it, Fred Allen Wolf, and read some Fritjof Capra, and my husband Jeff is really into Fritjof, that there's nothing there but vibration at like the quantum level. It's nothing but rhythm. That this isn't even solid. We just believe it to be. It's simply emptiness in rhythm. So empty yourself, tune into your rhythm, and I'll leave it at that. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being with me. Check out that Facebook event page. I'll be posting it on my personal page, and I will also be sharing it in all of those amazing Facebook groups that are so beautifully dedicated to Layne Redmond, thanks to the tireless work of Miranda Rondeau. And if you're not in those rooms, I highly recommend them. The women's frame drum community is so different. I'm there every night. I try to be, because I get so lit up. It is so loving and supportive. It's a uniquely positive Facebook group that isn't just about promoting things. It's about sharing inspiration and ideas and information, and receiving inspiration, ideas, and information. Yeah, some professionals are posting their videos of, their latest release of their performances, but also beginner students are posting videos of and photos of them practicing playing. I say playing their drums, and inspiring the other new students. Oh my gosh, now I want to pick up my drum. Isn't that a beautiful thing? When you see a woman with her frame drum, Layne always said this, it stirs a deep remembrance. There's something we know deeply in ourselves about this. It feels so natural, like we've done this before. So yeah, some people post stuff, but you don't have to. Sometimes you can just be there and receive. Classes and events are announced there. Students are sharing things they've learned and things that they have found in research. Those of you who I talk to every night in that room, in those rooms, you know who you are. I'm there because you feed me. And I'm going to get a little emotional now. You help me find my rhythm. You help me to connect. And I love our friendships there. The articles that people find and post, oh my goodness, during certain times of the year, when Layne is celebrated around her birthday on August 19th, and then again on the anniversary of her passing on October 28th, which was just recently, there's a lot of information that keeps getting brought in, and it's powerful and inspiring. So thank you, Layne. Thank you to the bee priestesses and the ancient ones. Thank you to PASIC. Thank you to Robert Dam, who had the idea of nominating Layne for the 2021 PASIC, for making it possible and asking us to write our letters of nomination. Thank you to all of my friends out there for being you and for playing your drum whenever you feel called to do so. As Layne said, blessed beats forever. Hashtag LaynesLegacyLives. Peace and love to all of you. Namaste. And I'll see you in the ethers on or around 11:11.